Hey guys, what's up? This is episode 2 of the Full Horsemen podcast. Number deuce. Here with special guest Mr. Cavis, game day winning Zach Cavis.
Thank you.
And Mr. General Manager Dan Lumen.
What's up, guys? We're speaking of winners. Talk about our winners that won this week. I mean, Zach won Sunday game day. John Tata won Saturday game day.
Old Man Tata, yes.
Old Man Tata. And then Kazu won the Friday Night Magic.
Yes.
We also had some cool Yu-Gi-Oh winners. We had Adam Kassar, Ken Briggs, and then Bird and Eliza all won Gen Con passes, so they get to go to Gen Con courtesy of Force.
Which I'm kind of actually mad about. I'm gonna go ahead and say that, like, on record. Like, why do the Yu-Gi-Oh players get Gen Con passes? Why do, like Magic players get a little play mat? Like, that's neat.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because Wizards hates us and Konami's
Come on, Wizards. Like, I know you're watching this because we're so popular,
yeah.
so you need to fix it.
We'll talk about what else is coming up in the store. We got Saturday's a Battle for the Blades. You know, we've been promoing it and stuff. Check out our awesome signed cards.
It's gonna be awesome.
I think we're all in agreement that if we can't win the swords, we want the Grizzle brand. Like, we're gonna kill
Grizzle
someone
brand
for that
or
Grizzle brand.
Huntmaster. Like, both those are ridiculous. I feel like you could just have like Battle of the Brand and have the Grizzle brand tournament. Like, it would be just as cool. So like,
I'd still compete.
It's insane that like you have 4 prizes. They're all awesome.
I'm actually just going for the Grizzle brand. Like, actually, the only prize I care about.
Yeah, and then we've got Sunday. We got the shop versus shop stuff. We're gonna go down to Huntington and play against
Parkersburg,
play against some of the Lost Legion stores. They're from Charleston, Huntington, all over the place.
Yeah, Charleston.
Nice.
Charleston, Parkersburg, Beckley, and Princeton, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're pretty extensive, huh?
Yeah. So they have like they got the lockdown up in that area, I guess.
Yeah, and then Yu-Gi-Oh's they got tournaments on Tuesday and Sunday. We've got Cardfight Vanguard on Wednesday nights. HeroClix is Wednesday nights at 6 and Saturday at 6.
And when's Warhammer happen around here?
Warhammer Sundays. Our Escalation League starts at 1. They're going to be wrapping up soon and start our fall league of tournaments, and then they'll restart the Escalation League later.
Nice.
Yeah, and
so
then
there's tons of stuff happening for that. Huh?
Yeah, Warhammer's all the time. They play Thursday nights too. If you want to come down, tons of guys with every army you can imagine.
So escalations where they start like low points and then you build up to like the higher points.
Yeah, they're at the tail end now, so it's 1,500 points. Wow. So if you've never seen Warhammer,
that's like tanks and airplanes.
Yeah,
and like
you come in, they've got all kinds
awesome.
of stuff on the tables.
No more orcs. No more orcs.
You don't even play the little guys anymore. It's just every orc's in a plane somewhere flying around.
Gotcha.
Cool.
You've got Pokemon Saturdays. Jordan Fight running that, first in the state.
He's insane, right?
Yeah, he's really good at Pokemon. Really good with kids too. If you have kids that want to learn, or if you want to learn, he can teach you.
He's good with adults too. He's good with adults.
Great with adults. And then D&D, we apparently forgot to mention them last week.
Oh no, we apologize.
Yeah,
sorry.
D&D. Check out. We've got Encounters Wednesday night, and then Saturday and Sunday we have D&D.
We need to get one of them on here one time and like talk about because I don't know much about D&D. Like,
I'm actually really jealous of the D&D guys.
Is it 4th edition right now?
Yeah, they're 4th edition. They've got the back room is so nice. You know, you're kind of isolated. You got your nice, comfy chairs.
Got the nice leather,
yeah.
Ron Davis chairs.
It's a lot like an MMO these days, I think. More so than how it used to be. It used to be a bit more open-ended, a lot more open to interpretation. Like version 3 was pretty awesome. I remember playing version 3, and it was like you could basically do virtually anything, but it was probably too open space. Mm-hmm. The one that's nowadays, it kind of cuts that back quite a little bit, and makes it a little bit more easy to pick up. I'd say easy to pick up.
So if you haven't noticed, Zach Cavis plays every game known to man. And this week he had us play Settlers of Catan with him.
A classic.
It was a true trap because he crushed us, but we had a blast playing it.
It's the true story of John Tata and how he came to this land.
Yeah, it's actually an autobiography and game version of him.
That's why he made it. Yeah, he has such an incredible story.
So tell us a little bit about Catan, Cavis.
Well, I'd say it's basically every board game broken down to its fundamentals would be Settlers of Catan. It's the ultimate in resource management. You trade for stuff with other players, you buy different resources, and you have to decide right at the get-go how you place your development so that you can get the resources you need to win a game. And it just tests all these skills at the fundamentals, resource management, and whoever ends up with the best resource management and a little bit of luck, so there's a little bit of variation, going on, which has a nice element to the game. It ends up the victor. It's almost always the person that makes the most correct decisions right at the very beginning, all the way through the game, that wins.
I thought it was pretty cool too because I felt like it was super easy. I've never played it before. I thought it was super easy to learn.
Yeah, definitely.
I was kind of intimidated. I was like, oh, here we go.
For all the stuff that goes on in it, it's really there's not as much that goes on it that seems. It's just a lot of this stuff, creatively redone in different aspects of the game.
Yep.
So.
And it's 3 or 4 players, and then you can get the expansion that makes it 5 to 6.
And then there's tons of other expansions that you can build on if you have fun with this one. I mean, you have the stonemasons or
stonemasons.
I don't know, the Stone Age one,
yeah.
the sea captains one, and
they
Knights and Cities is the
They have one coming out in
expansion.
August that's Starfarers, which is going to be really cool. I'm excited to play that.
Settlers in any environment is a great game. So.
Yeah, so if you want to learn to play any of our board games that we show here on the podcast, check out Monday night. We have a board gaming club. It's a blast. They just play every game known to man. We got a big list. Any game you want to play, they can teach you how to play.
For sure. So that's really cool. Plus, the guy who made Skywags, right? Like he's in a board game group.
Yeah,
or
Tada has a board game that night that he's been doing. I don't know since.
What's his name?
Time,
What's
actually.
his name? That's
Chevy.
Yeah, Chevy.
Yep.
Super nice guy. We had to get him on here too.
Yeah, we actually have Skywags in the store. If you ever want to check it out, it's a really fun game.
Really
he brought
fun,
it in. We all tried it. It was a blast.
The great thing about that game is he actually made it. He brought it to the board game session to test, and Tada was like, "Seems good," and he actually just sent it off and it was produced. Just straight.
The patent that seems good, Tada Marwar. Seems good.
Yes.
So speaking of games, you wanted to talk about a game this
gosh.
week. This actually changed Dusty's life that they
No,
remade
it did.
this.
No, it did. Because, so when I was, a little kid, this is, all me and my friend played was Duel Masters, okay? And, apparently they just, remade Duel Masters and named it Kajudo, and it's, exactly the same. I haven't got to play this. I haven't opened this up, but I'm buying this immediately. And, this is, my childhood. It's, the coolest game ever. It had, a little, little show on Cartoon Network or something. Yeah, it's probably blocked like this. Please, buy this. I don't know. Do we have a day at the store for this?
We don't have a day yet. We're probably going to start playing it on Saturdays though, because Dusty's going to make us all play Kajudo.
Dude, this game is so much fun. I don't know. It's just so cool. It sucked because the old Duel Masters blue every card game that has blue in it was just way better than everything else. So and eventually blue got so overpowered they had to just cancel the game. And actually flip cards from Magic actually came from Duel Masters. This is actually the first card game I ever had flip.
I believe it is a Wizards of the Coast game.
Yeah, it is.
So if you like Magic or any games on it,
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
I thought it was,
it's a lot of fun to play. It's super simple too. You just have I don't want to go too much into it, but just basically have 5 cards that are your show cards, and then when instead of taking damage directly in Magic, you just take away from your show cards, and the first player that reaches 0 cards loses. So it's really cool. It's the old game was very geared to the kids, so this one looks a little bit more mature. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm excited. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll let you buy it. You let me know how it is.
Okay. I'll buy this. We'll play it. So I actually flipped out. I almost brand loaded this table when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, Duel Masters.
So with the new Kajudo, we also got some new comics in. What'd you read this week, Dusty?
Oh man,
Dusty's been raving about this one.
Yeah,
okay, so this is Deadpool kills everyone. It's the coolest freaking comic ever. I love Deadpool. He's literally one of my top 4 favorite.
I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt you real quick and go ahead and say spoiler alert, because these guys are super excited about both these comics, and I feel as though it's only fair warning that you kind of watch it.
We'll try our best not to say anything super important. But Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe is the actual title. It's number 1 of 5.
It's the first one. Yeah,
kind of a spoiler alert actually in that title.
I feel it kind of ruins
the
super cool comic. It has freaking Deadpool holding the Hawk's head on the cover. You have to buy it immediately. Awesome art, really cool story. I like Deadpool's personality in the comic. He's kind of on the verge of just going completely insane, which is awesome.
Classic Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly. It makes a lot of fun too if you just kind of, as you read it, imagine that this is Ryan Reynolds. It makes the comic a lot better. But it's really, really cool. First 2 pages, he kills Fantastic Four, which is awesome. First 2 pages. So it's just really, really cool. So.
This week I read Earth 2, issue number 4. So if you haven't gotten into Earth 2 yet, it's still not too late. It's kind of a retelling of.
They're yanking all other copies off the shelf soon, though, so get in.
It's on issue 4. Some people don't like to jump in if it gets too late. So it's on issue number 4. They just introduced Flash and Green Lantern, Hawkgirl. They introduced a new character at the end, and he's a boss. So I'm not going to tell you who he is. It's kind of out of nowhere. Everyone's fighting this bad guy, and then boom, bigger guy. Oh my gosh, what's happening? But it's great because you don't have the normal guys. You don't have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. All get killed off in the first issue. It's on the cover, they're dead. So it's where do you go from here with this new world without superheroes?
Wow.
And it's a great retelling. If you don't like or if you don't know a lot of DC lore and stuff like that, this is a good thing to pick up. Kind of check it out. Get you back into the DC universe.
Yeah. So basically, if you could buy one comic this week, buy Kajudo.
Go ahead and redivert the funds.
Yeah, just Kajudo. That's what we need to talk about.
And if you do find the time to pick up some literature, I recommend Burn Notice. Like, great
Yes.
show.
Go to USA, watch that.
But in all seriousness, great comics. From what they've been telling me, I might actually break down and buy a couple comics myself. So,
while we're reviewing stuff, we're going to go into our movie segment. We're going to backtrack a little bit because we were so excited about Batman. We kind of skipped Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk. What did you guys think about Spider-Man?
I loved it. Like, I like how it was more kind of like true to the actual comics. Like, it was, you actually had like Gwen Stacy instead of like, jump right to Mary Jane, which is cool. She looked hot as crap in the movie. Like, stockings, like,
always.
I know I'm getting my girlfriend for Christmas, so I was going to buy like nothing but stockings and be like, here you go. So I like that. Like, yes, April, don't listen. So, like, I thought that was pretty cool. The story was cool. I like how Peter Parker was more of an actual, like,
Spider-Man?
Yeah, like, he was like actually like Peter Parker.
He was funny. He was witty. It was really well written.
Like, I remember watching it when I was a kid. Like, you come home from school, you go to like watch Fox, like watch the old
Andrew
Spider-Man
Garfield's
cartoon.
portrayal was pretty spot on, I'd say.
Yep.
Pretty spot on. I really liked the movie. Thought it was great chemistry between Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield. Great interpretation of both characters on their parts. The only disappointment I thought was a little bit. The plot was a little bit contrived towards the end, but the villain was great. I forget Riz Ifans, I think is his name, plays the Lizard. Great interpretation of the Lizard. I feel like the acting was top notch all the way through. And I think, in my opinion, it was my favorite Spider-Man so far. And if it wasn't for the other great movies that came out this year, it'd be one of my probably top 5 movies of the year so far.
Yeah.
But we've had a bunch of great films. This
Yeah,
year,
I'm super pumped they're gonna make a second one too. Like,
we got a second that coming up. We got a second Thor. We've got
second Avengers, right?
Second Avengers, third Iron Man. So lots of movies we're gonna be reviewing coming up. Definitely stick tuned. We all get to go to the midnight. Carmike Cinema's helping us out there.
Please, someone buy this. Like, this is the coolest thing. Like, have you seen? It's a skull. It's a tape.
All right, so.
All right, getting back on track.
I don't know how you just saw that.
No,
but
it's like
I give the
coolest
movie
thing ever.
B+.
B+.
Dane,
I'm
yours?
gonna go B- just because I thought it was hindered by the fact that they had to give the intro story again. But
I thought it was a nice reimagining.
I definitely did.
For the not so much reimagining. I guess the story's been told before, but a nice retelling.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B- just because I gave Batman a B+, and I think it was a little worse than Batman.
It was kind of cool too. Like, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I mean, I love Spider-Man. He's like my second favorite superhero. But like, is his parents actually dead in the comics? Like, is that actually is his parents just like never? Because they kind of hinted in the movie that like they weren't actually dead, which is like kind of.
I'm no comic book.
Me neither. So that's
guru,
why
but I will say that Dane's grading is completely invalid. A B+ for Batman, and this is only slightly worse. Completely off. Go see Batman.
Batman was good. I felt that it wasn't Dark Knight quality, and I thought Bane just ruined it for me. I couldn't. But we're not going to go back into that.
Fair enough, okay.
Watch our first episode, and you can debate with us about that on the comment thread.
Buy Kajudo. Now on
Fair
sale.
enough. Was there anything else any other topics you wanted to take on today?
I think that's all we're going to talk about today, guys. If you want to check out what happened at Game Day or any of our other Magic stuff, tune into Magic Podcast Episode 2. For the love of God, someone buy Kaijudo so Dusty will let it go.
I'll play you.
There has to be a second copy because Dusty is going to buy that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.